Hello there.
So, my little 2-day hiatus from The Sopranos is over. 2 or 3 days was it? I took a break from The Sopranos because I was like 3 or 4 episodes ahead. I'm like, let's slow down, let's catch up on The Wire a little bit, and let's catch up on some uploads of The Sopranos. But now we're caught up. So what's going on, guys? My name is Elie Moses, a 24-year-old law and film shooting senior show, absolutely shooting his shot. And today, we are up to episode 11 of The Sopranos season 6. I think this is the final episode of 6A, or it might be the second last episode of 6A, or one of the last episodes of 6A. This one is titled Cold Stones. We had Cold Cuts last season, and now we're into Cold Stones, baby. We're going to get into the reaction. We're going to absolutely have some fun with this thing, and let's absolutely smash it. Let's go.
Every time I asked you how's work, and you said fine, you were having your own private little joke on me.
What's going on?
You got dropped by Blockbuster.
Today to rent Cinderella Man, and guess what?
It's still a classic?
Found out that our son, the liar, had been fired 3 weeks ago.
From Blockbuster? How the fuck you do that? They got Reese's Monkeys working as managers over there.
He was taking promotional items and selling them, movie posters, stand-ups.
Oh my god.
Standees. This whole thing's bullshit. Most of that stuff gets thrown out anyway.
The store's policy was very clear.
Yeah, well, maybe I care about the environment. All right, did that ever occur to you? Wallace and Gromit? I mean, that weighed like 50 pounds. How many trees gave their lives for that? It just goes to the dump.
Can I come home to a peaceful house one goddamn night?
You always tell me to think like a businessman. Yet every time I do, there's something wrong. I was making money promoting parties in high school. That was no good. And now this.
You know what I think? All those days you go in late, you call in sick. You deserve to get canned.
The worst part is, you don't even give a shit.
What, I should care about Blockbuster? Fucking religious fanatics? I
Hey.
live on what they pay me anyway.
Why not? You live at home. We feed you.
You have a
Facts.
social life, but I can't. You have any idea what it costs at a decent club in New York? It's $500 for a bottle of Cristal, and it's a 2-bottle minimum.
You spend $1,000 a night on champagne?
Listen, I'm about to jump into the screen and hit this guy's earring out of his ear. Like, literally, one left hook, and that thing is going. That thing is going. Like, oh, this guy, his outlook on life is completely so wrong. And I don't know whether to blame the parents, whether to blame him, who he hangs around. And I just think it's this... Oh, man. We could talk forever about the kids, but a lot of it's like the lifestyle they're born into. And at the same time, it's the lack of parenting and the parents getting too comfortable with themselves and thinking that their children are going to be fine. And I feel like that is the case. And AJ comes across, I'm done with him. Like, I'm done. I'm like, I resigned. I signed the contract. I'm like, I'm done with this kid. Signed Elie Moses. It's done. Like, it's done.
No, not every night. All right, barely ever. And Hernan, everybody, we take turns picking up the tab.
Hernan, or the girl he crippled when he flipped over the car. Is she there drinking champagne with you? In her wheelchair?
It wasn't his fault.
You're
All right, my
underage,
parents are going
bro.
for a big payday because his dad was in Forbes magazine.
Oh, God.
If it makes you feel any better, I've been looking for a new job every day online. Oh, Jesus, you can't even talk to her.
Are you fucking kidding me? You should be kissing her feet. Because when you were growing up, if it wasn't for her, I would have knocked all your baby teeth out with one shot.
Oh, you mother... Oh my gosh, I love this show.
I can't sleep.
Tony's right. Can he come home to one peaceful house, like a
It's
peaceful
not
house
only
one
that
night?
He's a complete stranger to the truth.
I'm going to California. I don't know for how long.
California, what are you talking about?
Finn took that year off, and it was great when Dad was hurt. He was here for me. But now he's going back to dental school. I want to be with him.
I thought you two were having problems.
I never said that.
But what?
I don't know if I want to go to law school or med school.
Those are nice options to have. That's what we call a high-class problem.
His dad said that he can get me a lab job at UCLA, where he teaches oral surgery. I mean, if I decide on med school, that'll look really great on my application.
And what you're really saying is you're following this man to California.
They're engaged, aren't they?
Meadow, you dropped this bomb on us at 1:30 in the morning. Forgive us if we need some time to adjust.
Well, I have to make plane reservations.
You'll be back for Christmas at least.
I don't know. No pressure, please, okay?
You know what? It's best she gets the F out of this joint. Okay? It's the final season. Shit's about to go down. Just get out of here. I agree. Take the next plane to Dubai for all I know. California's, we'll see. Listen, it's to further her future. And at least she's in good hands in Finn. I love how Meadow snapped back quickly and she's
I
like,
need
we're
to
not
talk
having
to you.
problems, when clearly
Remember I
they
told
are
you
a
about
little
that
bit.
trip to Paris? I won it at the silent auction at the feast.
I'm
Well,
taking
the
it.
date is here, and I think I would like to go. You don't remember the first goddamn thing about this, do you? We stood right here talking about it for 15 minutes.
I know, you want a trip to Paris.
Why do you have to lie?
I'm not. You're always saying I'm lying. Well, why Paris?
Well, it is one of the great cities of the world.
But the frogs hate us. Go to Italy.
They weren't auctioning a trip to Italy. It's actually a good deal. It's a week for two for $5,000.
How's the euro doing?
You don't know, Tony. I had 3 years of high school French.
I can't get away for a week,
I could go with Ro. We've been talking about taking a trip together for years, ever since our Rome thing went belly up.
Alright, girls trip.
When Anthony walked through the plate glass door.
I could really use a vacation now. Meadow leaving, my spec house, the thought of tearing it down and starting over, it makes me nauseous.
Oh, rich
Plus
people
him,
problems.
I just don't know what to do anymore.
You know what? You should go. You deserve it.
It'd be good for you, too. Do whatever it is that boys do when they're on their own.
Like-
Whatever. I said go. I'll be fine.
Like this is the worst time to abandon AJ, especially
So excited. I'm gonna call Ro.
when he's at breaking point. He's
Don't
already
worry.
at past breaking point, but but like AJ's already past breaking point. Isn't this the worst time to abandon your kid? And we know if he hangs out with Tony, it will be like a boys thing, and it's gonna be even worse with Tony because I feel like Tony's gonna allow more leeway with him. Look when AJ lived with Tony, what happened? And even if Tony doesn't decide to hang out with AJ and Tony goes off and doesn't spend much time at the house, or decides to enlist or go out with another Guma while Carmela's away, that's AJ left completely alone without supervision. Like that's just madness waiting to happen. Like,
Tony. Hey.
whoa, whoa, what the fuck indeed?
My brother's over there.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing. He's just there, that's all.
You sandbagged me? I cut your fucking throat open.
I'm sorry. I didn't know what else to do. I want back in. Can I sit?
No, you can't sit.
It's complicated. I was working things out.
I'm sure it gets complicated when you're taking it up your fag ass.
I'm not a fag. I never was.
Excuse me?
It was the medication I was on. For my blood pressure. It fucked with my head, but I'm over that now.
Remember with pussy, it was
probably
the
get a
back
letter from my
pains.
doctor.
A note from your doctor saying you don't like to suck cock?
First off, I pay my way back in. I got $200K that goes directly to you personally. No one else needs to know. Got contacts in AC. With your support, I could set myself up there. I'd be close, but not too close. Tone, please, don't turn your back on me.
He was fucking stalking you, T.
That's the thing with the gays. Still living in the closet. Makes them devious. Bring in a crystal meth. Look at this wayo. Say what you will about Richie April, but when he found out his son was gay, he did the right thing. He disowned him.
I got an AA meeting.
Alcoholics fucking Anonymous now, too. Salvatore Lucania must be looking down on all of us with great pride.
There's gonna be a lot of popular sentiment to get rid of Vito. Phil alone. Fuck Phil. You know what that's about? He's gotta polish his rep as a tough prick so he can make boss. Vito in Atlantic City, he's out there. He's not part of us. And we get, a trickle of cash coming in each month.
With all due respect, T.
You ready?
There's so much going on here. Just the thought of flying, the heightened security.
I got something for you, for your trip. Now, this is the real Louis Vuitton.
Vuitton. Louis Vuitton with bands in it.
You had a rough year. Me in the hospital, you there around the clock.
Hey, she did hold it down while I was in
Enjoying
hospital.
yourself.
Louis Vuitton.
You were in that coma. I told you I loved you. Do you remember?
No.
I'll tell you more often.
Nobody's stopping you.
Okay,
Louis,
listen up, kids.
Louis Vuitton with bands.
Francesca, look at me. You can't tell anyone, even your friends at school, that Daddy's home for a little while.
Are you gonna have to go back to Afghanistan?
CIA doesn't tell you where to send you next.
Is it dangerous to be a spy?
Not as long as nobody knows who you are. I'm what they call working cover.
That's a great explanation to the kids. They're gonna think their dad's a
I
bad-ass.
said, you gotta keep it secret.
I won't. No. You better not. I won't.
I love you guys.
How long till you could move back in with us?
Just until I straighten this shit out with Tony. It's looking good.
See, you say that.
In a few days, I'll know.
Tony might be fine with it. The other boys, a couple of the other boys might be fine with it, but then the other guys might do a Tony Blundero on your ass, okay? You just never know. You just never know with these guys. It's just, man, this season's absolutely phenomenal. I'm liking season 6, and there was a couple comments saying, oh, on my like earlier reaction season, okay, this is where the controversy begins this episode, and it was the Vito being gay sort of plot line and them not having to sort of like, you know, it's a struggle. It's not final season worthy material. And yeah, it could have been done in earlier seasons, but like I said, and I say it time and time again, because I feel like this season has got the 20 episode buffer, or I don't know at the time if they, so at the time, I think that's the problem. It wasn't well received because I think people thought season 6 was season 6A, and that was the end. It wasn't going to be like a 6B or 7th season. That's why they thought those sort of episodes were like pointless, because why are we doing this in the final season? But like with me going into like a 20 episode season, like years later, I'm like, okay, it's cool. We're fleshing out other characters and, you know, delving into more of the insights, or like looking at the mafia dealing with these issues for them per se, like looking at their cultural beliefs, looking at their sort of like belief system, what they uphold and what they, you know, look down upon. Obviously you can't be homosexual in the mafia, and how that sort of like is a disrespect, or is like, you know, frowned upon in their culture, like way more than frowned upon. Like it's an insult to, yeah, their businesses and their works. So it's good that we're getting an insight like that, and it's good that we're getting an insight to the other characters as well, to how they react to a situation like that, their instincts. And it's like, you know what, if you were boss, or like if for instance Paulie was boss or Sylvia was boss, it'd be interesting to think in a situation how they would act. Whereas Tony was a bit more, you know, obviously he had to act like he wanted Vito gone in front of the boys, but in reality, listen, Tony said it to Murphy, it doesn't matter what he does behind closed doors. He's a top owner. He's doing well with the guys. He hasn't created any, you know, rifts between anyone. And yeah, it's just that one little, it's just his sexuality that's gonna get him hit. Like,
What about counseling for your problem? Have you talked to Father Mackin?
Marie, I thought I made it clear. I don't have a problem. It's over with. In fact, I'm seriously thinking we should have another kid.
No! Dad! Check it!
Attaboy, Vito! I appreciate you coming out to see me. How you doing?
Nicole was choking my balls with child support. I could be looking at 6 months in county.
Oof.
You know, I was wondering if you could float me 20K at 2 points. Maybe now's not a good time for you.
No, I could do that. But I'm gonna have to say 2.5.
Okay. You know I'm good for it.
Would you stop?
oh man, Vito, Vito's setting his kids up for disappointment with the CIA thing, and at the same time, like, everyone has this view on him, It's just not gonna go away.
Heard on
You
10
can't.
Windsor telling us a parking lot. I hope you didn't get caught in that.
You said you're gonna take care of that fucking Fenoik.
Oh, for Christ's sake. Fucking Vito again? What the fuck is wrong with you?
He's in town, isn't he? I was at Marie's the other night. She played the innocent, but I could tell she'd seen him.
You're fucking Karnak the Great now, too, huh?
I gotta tell you, Anthony, if Vito was here and you knew about it...
Fuck this.
I like how they're sort of replicating the Tony Blendetto storyline, where it's like, if I, like, you remember when Tony talked to Johnny Sack at the funeral in the car? It's like something along the lines, if I find out you were lying to me about this, in terms of, like, knowing about Tony Blendetto's whereabouts, from, like, someone else, and, like, sort of Phil's playing the same card, you knew, like, oh, if you knew Vito was in town, and you didn't tell me about this, but, like, I feel like the Vito situation is not the same as the Tony Blendetto situation. It's like the Vito situation, I feel like, can be dealt with a sit down. But because it's a Fenoik, I just feel like they're gonna freaking, like, if Phil catches him lacking in town or anything, Phil's gonna waste him. Or they're gonna pressure Tony into doing something like I was talking about a couple episodes ago. And I'm not forgetting that Vito wasted an innocent life at the end of the last episode. That was completely... Man.
Love they let you smoke here.
Italians in Paris. Forget about Kanye West and Jay-Z with those people in Paris, but like we got Italians in Paris.
I put in the fucking memory stick. I love that sound. French. It's so elegant.
Isn't it? God, nobody fucking knows us here, Ro. Can you believe that? All the guidebooks say you should try and get on the local schedule. Did you reset your watch?
Yes, Napoleon. Jesus.
Why is Rose so dead? He's tired, man.
And Abelard, my God.
What?
She's knocked out.
I would say today, the first cultural stop should be the Louvre.
Again, Remy? How do you say please?
S'il vous plaît.
S'il vous plaît?
And the check, please.
Je l'amène tout de suite.
S'il vous
I
plaît.
don't know what the fuck he said.
Keep talking English. Why don't you try and use your French?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel strange.
Look! Just like charade!
Make sure you clean that shit off her tit. Vito, Atlantic City, forget it. Want to change up? I can't keep fighting Phil on this. Our businesses are all entwined. You gotta pick your battles. You want your no-show jobs, Vito's gotta go.
He got pressured into doing it.
It's the right move, T. All those weeks in the hospital, surgeries, constant pain, for what? Come out here and get shadowed with something like this? Sorry. If Vito wanted to pursue that lifestyle, he should have done so quietly. He was, wasn't he?
He was trying to.
You want to give us to him? Well, Carlo had the biggest problem with it. Let him handle it. It's Vito's own fault. Why couldn't he stay wherever the fuck he was? Don't beat yourself up about this.
Paying Sony to do this a little bit. Another thing he's got to kick up to Phil about.
Remember, it's 6 hours ahead. Miss you.
That's a violation, man. Listening to your wife's voice message while watching a stripper like that.
All these little plaques all over. What do they say?
August 20, 1944. This man, Francois Martin, fought in the resistance, and the Germans shot him right here on this spot.
Phil?
I feel like that might have been mistranslated.
What the fuck did that tailor do to my Zanellas?
What?
My slacks. What?
He's losing his eyesight, Poverette. Diabetes. I'll take him to the Korean on my way to church tomorrow. I got a meeting of concerned Catholic mothers. Father told me Vito doesn't renounce that lifestyle. He's damned.
I know.
What?
I know.
Father put it so well last week. There's nothing gay about hell, he said.
That's good. I'm sure he didn't come up with that himself.
One thing I do know. Vito has to be made to face his problems squarely.
Yo, wifey! We always know Carmela's an admirer for the arts. We know that. Hey, that's one for Jackie Sr., one for Jackie Jr. One candle for both. I'm not sure about Ralphie, though. Back in Black, really? Is he getting a blowjob? I'm waiting for the head to come. Yeah, I knew it! Really? We're gonna have the purity of the mother at the cathedral with the white statue, and then we juxtapose the transition to Back in Black by AC/DC with Tony climaxing? Really? Really, David Chase? Really? Like, really? Really? We're gonna go from heaven to the devil? Like, really? We're gonna go from confession to sin?
You don't need to do that, but you're sweet.
Yeah, you don't want to kiss them lips, bro. You're gonna be kissing your own dick. See, where's AJ in all this? Like, what's he doing now?
Yeah.
Just wondering if you thought about my offer.
Yeah, I thought. But I need to know who these Atlantic City contacts are. Maybe in the mall, 11 o'clock. Don't be late.
Vito about to get wasted. I'm just waiting for it. This is gonna be some No Country for Old Men type death. Yep. Oh, no. Oh my gosh. I notice. I'm guessing Phil is letting up or letting out a little bit of the frustrations that he didn't get to take on Tony Blendetto for Vito, in my opinion. Because remember what he wanted to do to Tony Blendetto. Remember Tony asked him about making it quick, and he didn't want to make it quick. He wanted to do it his way. Probably wanted to torture him and things like that. And now he's doing it to Vito. When Vito, like, in terms of, like, obviously he's killed the innocent individual completely wrong. He's a prick as well. You're part of the mafia lifestyle. No one's good in this show. But they've tried to make us, like, you know, feel a bit of sympathy towards his cause. But in terms of, like, the game itself and being in the game, he's done nothing wrong but just be gay and just so happen to be going quiet about it, but just wrong place, wrong time. Like, and it's just like, yeah.
You're a fucking disgrace.
He married your cousin, man. Come on. That's savage, man. Beating his head in. Oh, the pigs. The pigs.
Husband comes home with a duck under his arm. He says, "This is the pig I've been fucking." The wife says, "It's not a pig, it's a duck." He says, "I wasn't talking to you."
Vito, he was found beat to death this morning in a motel in Fort Lee. My cop up there told me.
Mink.
Plus, the homicide detectives told him Vito had a pool cue rammed up his ass.
The insult. I thought they were going to get Carlo on it.
Lover's quarrel, maybe. Look, we all know who did it.
Phil.
Fucking balls on that prick. What I always say about him.
They're acting like they didn't order it. Oh, there's Carlo.
So you heard the news. That must have been Phil, right?
Jimmy Olsen over here.
I know he's got money, but still, you kind of have to admire the guy. Instead, all talk with him. I'm just saying. He saved us all a lot of trouble, right?
Naturally, Phil won't brag about it, because he can't. Phil was in a tough situation. His family honor was stained. If I got the veto first, net result would have been the same.
The way they spin it. The way they don't let the other Kappas know.
I wish I'd have borrowed money from Vito.
Hey, that guy borrowed money
what
from
this
him.
is, right?
You don't have to pay him back.
It's not about Vito, it's about me. Phil's saying he can do whatever the fuck he wants, including kill a captain in my own family, and I can't do a fucking thing about it.
It's always been partly about that.
That's a big FU.
Believe me, the vitamins are just the beginning. Carmelo.
Hey, honey.
Is Paris burning?
You busy?
No, I'm just bullshitting with Sil. How's it going?
Well, actually, it's cold, raining.
When it drizzles, huh?
You're worse than Roe. I'm going out of my mind with these pop references. I am seeing some incredible things, Tony. Talk about the History Channel. You would love it here.
How's the toast?
The what?
The French toast.
Actually, they call it something else.
How's the French fries?
Omelette.
Fuck it.
You heard from Meadow?
Well, more than I thought. You realize this kid knows how to do absolutely nothing? She was asking if she needed to get the car serviced regularly because there's no snow out there.
How's Prince Albert?
He'd fit right in over in France. None of those dipshits want to work either. I did get the hose down the trash can, so...
Well, that's something. You're probably busy. I'll let you go. I just wanted to say hello. I miss you.
I miss you, too. Be careful, huh? People are gonna expect a response. See, this is what the fuck I was talking about. We hit one of Phil's guys. Joe Bananas went after Carlo Gambino. Main guys got killed. The war went 7 years. How many times I gotta say this? When guys are on a mattresses, they're not out earning. So? What? It's got that wire room in Sheepshead Bay, right? Our guys have seen it. Yeah.
Don't blow up the wire room, man. Is he on MSN? Big up MSN. Remember that, man? That look, man. That's a look of I want to knock your teeth out.
I live in Las Vegas 6 months. My friend has a restaurant. I work there. I like USA.
I like France.
Hello? Are you coming or what?
Okay, you call me, yeah?
D'accord.
Yeah. Bro can pull out that French accent, man. I heard the chord and I was like, damn.
He lives in Belleville. They got a Belleville in France.
You're not really gonna go out with him, are you? I mean, he's like 26 years old.
Duh.
Who cares?
God. Isn't this pretty?
1350 AD.
I've noticed that when Carmela was looking out on the bridge before, I'm not sure if she was attracted to the gold on the statues, and here again it's something that is gold, and obviously this one is embezzled with like the blue what's it called, the blue pearls, and I'm not sure if that's a callback to the blue ring Tony got Carmela and like the blue set he got her, but I'm not sure if that's a reference here to Carmela's attracted to the perks of this lifestyle, and attracted to the gold, attracted to the riches that comes with the mafia lifestyle, and the fact that she's neglected her kids because of that. I'm not sure if that's a call to that, because I feel like, yeah, both Tony and Carmela haven't been the best of parents. So I'm not sure if it's just because of the way I was raised as a kid, in terms of like the parents hammering down morals and values for you to take on in life and, you know, hold on to as you grow older. And I feel like there's been a lack of that with the kids. Even like even Meadow as well. Like I just feel like Meadow's got that soprano fire in her, and she chooses when it decides to come in and out. Even if she doesn't like it, I just feel like she chooses when and not to use it, and use it as an excuse as well. But I just feel like, yeah, even though she doesn't want to admit it sometimes, she has that soprano fire in her, and it does come out. So I don't know, man. I feel like it can just be discussed forever. I've said it time and time again. This is why this show is great, because of the conversations it can generate about the characters. And you can talk about a character forever, or you can go on stream and talk about it with the viewers in the comment section about just one character and talk about their journey throughout this show and why they act the way they do. It's because of this, it's because of that. So it's absolutely fantastic. But I think this is here.
You realize some woman just like us wore this?
There we go.
She was probably married, had children.
Just like us.
Gallo-Roman baths, 3rd century. Wonder what they got up to there, huh?
There was this one night in the hospital when it was very touch and go with Tony. He came out of the coma for a minute and he said, "Who am I? Where am I going?" You know, at the time, I didn't know what he meant. Coming here, I feel the same way. Isn't that odd?
Let me get a picture.
Bro, I don't know what's wrong with the road this episode. She lost in love, man.
Oh, honey, what?
We worry so much. Sometimes it feels like that's all we do. But in the end, it just gets washed away. All of it just gets washed away.
Come on.
Hey, just like pussy in the ocean, man. Washed away. Shout out Funhouse.
I know what the papers are saying, but the police think it might not have been a gay thing.
Marie, honey, they pick up strangers in bars and truck stops.
The way they beat him. Oh, God, his face. He didn't even look like a person anymore.
Can't let your mind dwell on.
The crazy thing is that Phil was
that
there
off.
sitting on the bed, on the mattress, watching it.
Aunt Seal hasn't called, not even to talk to the kids. How could people be so cruel?
It is a sin after all, Marie. The church is very clear on that.
Yeah, this wife, Phil's wife
Yeah,
is...
you came.
Father always says, hate the sin, love the sinner.
Phil's wife is the equivalent of Olivia, I'm telling you.
I mean it. I wish I was dead.
You know what? I'll make the funeral arrangements. You're in no condition. Given the circumstances, small, private service, just the immediate family.
He was a good man, wasn't he, Phil?
He was. I loved him like a brother-in-law.
Cap.
God moves in strange ways.
Our Taylor, he's going blind, 47 years old.
Brother!
No shoes.
Who gives a fuck about the tailor at the moment?
Vito, on some level, maybe it's better for the kids not to have that role model.
So, all the women in your house are gone.
So they're sisters, right?
Maybe it's better for the kids not to
Vito's wife and Melfi? Is that the ones that you're saying they're sisters? Lorraine Bracco and her? Because they look alike, I think. Yeah, they look similar. Like.
So, all the women in your house are gone. How do you feel about Carmela taking a trip without you?
Do we really have to fucking talk about this?
Of course not. Before we end, is there anything you'd like to discuss? Okay.
And Vito got that early retirement
The
package.
fact that I hate my son. Like, come on, he's sitting on the computer in his fucking underwear, wasting his time in some chit-chat room, going back and forth with some other fucking jerk-off, giggling like a little schoolgirl, and smash his fucking face in. My son. What do you think about that?
Anthony, I think your anger towards AJ has been building for some time.
Oh, yes, it has. Oh, yes, it
You have
has.
to deal with this.
All I know is it's a good thing my father's not alive, because let me tell you, he'd find this fucking hilarious.
Find what hilarious?
The kind of son I produced.
You mean because Anthony doesn't conform to your father's idea of what a man should be?
His, mine, or anybody's. I couldn't even hit him if I wanted to. He's so fucking little. It's Carmelo's side of the family. They're small people. Father, you could knock him over with a fucking feather.
But I have to point out, what you resent Carmela doing for AJ, protecting him from his father, is the very thing you had often wished your mother had done for you.
I love this frogua. I can't get enough.
The presentation alone gives you calories. Who cares?
We should feel guilty. We worked our asses off.
What? Worked your asses off? What? Like what? Angie Bompensero is working her ass off. You got a Louis Vuitton bag with bands.
Go to a place you've never been before. It's like all the people were imaginary till you got there. It's like until you saw them, they never existed. And you never existed to them.
I don't know. Maybe you're more a philosophical person than I am.
No, it just made me think, that's all. You know, it's the same as when you die. Life goes on without you. Like it does in Paris when we're not here.
Tomorrow, we hit the stores. Chloe, Dior.
A Kelly bag? Au revoir.
Rose acting really weird this episode. I don't know why.
Bordeaux is so delicious.
When we were in St. Eustache, I noticed that you lit 2 candles for Jackie and Jackie Jr., right? You know, we never really talked about that.
About what?
Jackie Jr.
What's he talk about?
Pinambour en fine purée ainsi que l'autre aux graines de moutarde et rasé la noute. Pour vous, madame, canard croisé cuit sur son coffre.
Si.
Citronnier et fenouil.
Yeah, si.
Merci.
Oh, boy.
I didn't mean to invade, Ro. It's just, I mean, we're friends, and if there was anything you wanted to share. I mean, I cannot begin to imagine losing a son.
Jesus, calm. We're on vacation. We're having a beautiful dinner. Why would you bring this up?
I didn't mean to upset you, Ro. It's just I thought because we had this time together.
But it's fucking morbid. That's what it is.
Hey, I'm sorry, Ro.
He's dead. He's gone. What can I do about it? Light a candle. I picture him with his dad and with his grandma who he loved and with Jesus.
Hey, big up, Ro. Big up, Ro.
Bring New Jersey here. Why can't we just have a good time?
No, you're right. I apologize.
Facts. Like, Carmela's had...
Michelle tonight.
Okay.
I get it. Carmela's had, like, many one-on-ones with Ro to talk about New Jersey and stuff that's happened there.
Come, Clem. I mean that.
In the house.
But no, you go. I want to walk along the Seine one more time.
Why are we why bring it up here? Like, I know we're away and you probably think, but like, you've had that time in New Jersey at the house. You can go out to dinner with Rose somewhere else, somewhere in New York, do it there. You've had like years to talk about it.
We gotta call the exterminator.
You're on holiday. You're meant to zone out.
What Patsy and him say?
They are here contemplating life.
There they are. The pirates are prosciutto. The brigands are prosciutto.
Hey, Tom.
Game on Canarsie. I appreciate the rollers you sent. That pool cue. I wonder if it was chalked.
Whatever.
Funny, Don. Really cute. I don't quite get it, but cute.
Hey, you know the autopsy found a 3-ball in his side pocket?
You're on a run.
They found a hanky with Carlos lipstick in his other pocket.
Whoa. Okay,
Just breaking balls. You're right, though. Shouldn't laugh about a tragedy.
Hey, that knife might be put to use, man. Carlo might lose it.
That old homo actor, Raymond Navarro, he had an ivory dildo stuck up his ass when they found him.
Pretty up on all this shit, huh, Don?
Come to think of it, he was from Jersey, too.
Where'd they find up your mother's cunt?
Time to hit the trail from a touching, huh? What do you say?
My mistake. Carlos' lipstick was on Vito's car.
Oh my gosh. Dom came in and chose violence. I told you that knife's going to be put to use. No, Carlo. Carlo getting the ghost face treatment. Oh my gosh. He's giving him the ghost face treatment. Oh my gosh, on the table, Extreme Rules style. Damn.
Fuck! Call Patsy and them. Said we had to leave. Pipe broke. We wait till the store closes, we get him out.
Cut him up in the work area.
No more of that. DNA. Ditch his car. Get some Bianca lean.
Playing cards over a man's dead body. That's Sopranos for you. That's Sopranos for you. Honestly, like.
Tell him you don't want to come in here. Get back in your car, go for a ride. What? That Dom Gamiello came over, just to break balls. Ray Vito. Carlo.
Still hit him first.
Hey, the butchers. The butchers. Slaughtering the pigs.
Let me just...
This is an all-out war, baby.
Go. You don't know nothing. You were right. They killed a main guy. This is what happens. Tell her I hope she's over the flu. Goddamn Vito.
What's the hardest thing about skateboarding?
I give up. What's the hardest thing about skateboarding?
I love how this sort of like is a nice callback to the beginning of the episode. Why can't I come home to a peaceful house? And, AJ's got his friends over. He's got the girls over. Not trash the house, but, making himself at home here.
Telling your parents you're gay. Signore.
Oh, you were going out for dinner.
See you in the garage a minute?
What now?
Tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., you go to this address, yes, for Mr. Caravallo. I just got off the phone with him.
At 7 in the morning? For what?
You're gonna be working construction.
What?
Carrying cement in a wheelbarrow.
So it's outdoors?
Yeah.
Suck it up, princess.
Well, it's wintertime.
You got a lot of those hooded sweatshirts, like the Moulignons wear that you watch on MTV. You can double up.
Come on, this is bullshit. Look, I'm just gonna have to leave your friend in the lurch when I go back to school.
That's okay. He deals with that all the time.
I just as soon keep searching online.
I'm sure you would. But if you're not at that site tomorrow morning, I'm gonna take away your car. And then I'm gonna take away your clothes. And I'm gonna take away your room, and I'm gonna take away your mother's cooking, and pretty soon you're gonna be out in the fucking street.
Humble him. Keep making him do wheelbarrow work. That's the way it is.
What the hell are you doing?
I get a little drafty driving down here tomorrow. But I will have this fucking thing towed out of here and ground up in a fucking Brillo patch. I mean, look at it. You don't take care of it.
That's a little bit of all the frustrations coming out there, not just AJ.
Don't put me to the test.
The test dream. How about that one? My bad. Too soon. He didn't break his teeth, he broke the windshield. Okay, that's fair enough. No shattered jaws, we got shattered glass. Okay, that is definitely Adriana. I recognize that hair from freaking France.
Look, I found Cosette.
Yeah, it's not the dog from a haunted house too.
Someone needs to tell her she's dead.
Oh, she having her own test dream right there. We had the seagulls from the boardwalk in France. What the heck? Even Phil staying up at night.
Your taxi is coming.
Shit! The Toulouse-Lautrec placemats.
Is it me, or has Rose sounded a lot like Ralphie this episode? I don't know if it's me, but her line delivery and her tone of voice, I don't know. I just sense a lot of Ralphie in her. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I like that. Is that the Eiffel Tower? Because I sense right there. I love the callback right there to the Dream episodes at the beginning of season 6 with the lighthouse in the distance for Tony, and the lighthouse, the light itself, the beam of light, continue to spin around. And I'm not sure if that's got to do with Carmela asking herself those questions this episode, and Tony asking him those questions when he woke up. You know, who am I? Where am I going? And Carmela sort of pondering those philosophical questions those episode about her life. And I wonder if that was a neat callback to Tony, or if that's sort of like Carmela in a similar position. You know, Tony experienced the lighthouse in the dream, but Carmela's experiencing it in real life right here, seeing it from the Eiffel Tower. And I wonder if that's meant to represent their thoughts in life, or like their position in life. It's just an ongoing beam of light that has no sense of direction. It keeps spinning around. It keeps spinning around, and they don't know, you know, where to go in life. And I feel like that's a testament to Carmela and Tony this season, especially Tony after what happened to him, and then Carmela this season, you know, the whole spec house thing, her kids growing up, Meadow going away, AJ not, AJ not getting himself on track in life. I feel like that beam of light could apply to AJ as well. So yeah, I like that neat callback to the beginning of this season with Carmela experiencing it firsthand to what Tony was experiencing.
I got the other one.
And I love as well, I'm not sure if I'm right about this, but you know when the characters dream in this show, they dream about things I think they subconsciously think it's true, like that's true, in my opinion. Like in terms of like Tony had a dream about Pussy being a rat, when I think deep down he knew that Pussy may have been a rat for a while. And just things like that. They dream about things that might be true. You know, Tony Blundetto about to do something bad in the test dream. And that whole thing about with the coach and Tony growing up. And then I'm not sure if Carmela dreaming about Aid right there and her pondering, I don't know, Adriana's death in terms of like what she experienced with Adriana's mother at the sort of the feast, and you know, the FBI coming to her house. Did Adriana get killed by Chris? She didn't really leave him. Did it have something to do with Tony and the mafia? Like deep down, does she subconsciously think that, and that's why she keeps dreaming about Aid? You know, she even saw her at the spec house.
How was your trip?
Oh my God, Tony.
Welcome home.
Well, traveler.
How's the trip? Oh my God, Ma, Paris.
Police are withholding specific details of the murder of a Brooklyn relative of s6ep11. We spoke on conditions of anonymity.
What does that mean?
It means when you don't know who the person is. Told reporters that s6ep11 and his wife had recently separated. The relative stated that the victim had surprised his friends and family by declaring himself a homosexual
gosh.
and saying he wished to lead an openly gay lifestyle.
Who leaked these to the reporters?
I don't understand.
I feel so bad for the kids, man.
Dad wasn't a spy.
No.
They don't have to live. Oh my gosh. They're too young for that shit, man.
This jet lag, I can't sleep.
Hey, he's up. At least he's up.
Doing darks if you have any.
He going on site.
Have a great day at work.
Hey, I knew this guy.
What?
He was in the mob. I shot him for the Thin Club.
Oh, that's right. He was in the magazine. Damn, we're gonna end the episode on the smile of Vito like that, man. Ugh. That was a great episode. That was a great episode. Cold Stones, baby. Cold Stones. Sopranos at its best. Sopranos, you know, at its heights. And what we're going for now with the madness that happened to Dom, with the madness that happened to Vito, they got to keep things in check here between New York and New Jersey, between Tony and Phil. Tempers are flaring. And I love how sort of like both things that were sort of ordered and going to be carried out this episode. So, you know, Tony and Sil wanted to handle the situation with Vito themselves. Phil took it into his own hands and dealt with it, and leaked all that press to the media as well, and, you know, put it out there to put everyone else on notice, to put Tony on notice too, and then at the same time, Tony's comeback for Phil in terms of taking out sort of like the wire house or something along the lines of that with Sil, you know, cut off the money supply because that's all Phil cares about mostly, didn't go according to plan because how Dom came in and, you know, freaking lit a torch under Sil and Carlo and came in and chose violence and, you know, instigated the whole thing with the jokes about Sil calling Carlo homosexual and, you know, oh man, like it's just a pure madness. And this is where I feel like the show's gonna really kick into gear now this season in terms of like we gotta keep things in check, because there is so much going on. And when is there not so much going on in The Sopranos? Because I'm worried about a lot of things. I got to pay attention to a lot of things going on now this season. It's absolutely sensational. I hope you guys are enjoying my reactions. As always, it's been your brother Moses. Take care. God bless. Peace.